and magpies. It is the Toon Review YouTube channel. I have a towel over my head in homage to the Saudi Arabian people who have just taken over our club. It is happy times. It is 9 o'clock at night, but we don't give a shit. It's a late show. Danielle has probably cut the shit right now. Billy's been on about 1,001 streams already. And Ben is somewhere stuck at work on a sleepover. How we doing, guys?
I've had worse days, to be fair.
Absolutely buzzing.
Oh, God.
Unbelievable, isn't it? I mean, the scenes outside St. James's Park tonight are incredible. I wish I was there, to be honest, but, you know, I wanted to do a show in celebration as well, and, you know, it's something I wanted to share with you guys and everybody watching. I mean, we've got nearly 300 watching already. It's unbelievable, to be fair, but, you know, it's manic. Guys, thank you very much for last night, by the way, for everybody watching, for you guys coming on. Over 12,000 views on the show, which is just incredible. Again, nearly 400 subscribers as well, which is just mental. It is incredible. So thank you so much to everybody. So if you do like what you see tonight, apart from my headgear, of course, do smash the like button. Do hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Just enjoy the party, basically. I'm taking this off my head because I'm sweating like a moose in Canada in the summer. Jesus.
It's falling over. I'm trying to charge it. I'm trying to charge it conveniently. Just placed it, but I'm struggling a bit here.
Yeah. If Ben's a bit low on volume, guys, it's because the idiot dropped his phone in the bath after the show last night. So we can still hear him, though. That's the main thing. I would just like to say something at the start of this show, actually. In dedication to our new director, Amanda Staveley. So it's, oh, Mandy, you came and you gave without taking. But I knew you'd come back, oh, Mandy. You kissed me and stopped me from shaking. And we need you today, oh, Mandy. There we go.
Man. Get in.
Get in.
Come on.
Oh, my God. We've got a sloth in the house.
I'm in.
We'll go through some comments, guys, because as you can expect, we've got thousands of comments coming in. The first one, it says, please don't become like Man City fans. Well, we won't, because there's one small difference. We actually support the club. That might be controversial, but I'm just putting it out there, people. I'm putting it out there. Paul says, my lad just bought us tickets for the Spurs game for my birthday. Get in. See you there, Paul. Yep, definitely, mate. Come and say hello. Tony's just put a camel.
Mint.
I mean, guys, you know, come on. I mean, this is just perfection. Absolute perfection.
Oh,
I mean,
wow.
I mean, come on. Everybody's associating me with camels these days, so I thought, well, you know, there you go. Brilliantly put together, I have to say. I want to be a Saudi Ranger, says Jodo. Bruce says he wants to continue. Yeah, we'll get straight into that, actually, because this this is the quote from Steve Bruce. I want to continue. I'd like the chance to show the new owners what I can do, but you have to be realistic, and they may well want a new manager to launch things for them. Fuck's sake. Is this man fucking deluded or what? Come on.
That's the first time I've seen that quote tonight. Wow. Let's hope that that's not the case.
He is
I have a feeling it won't be the case.
Tables. What can Steve Bruce do? 19th. Piss off.
Yeah. Let's look over his 999 games. How many has he actually won? 300.
Probably about 3.
See you later, Steve. I mean, he's in denial. I mean, I reckon that a manager change is coming within the next couple of days. I genuinely believe that.
Yeah.
You know, Keith Downey said it on Sky as well. He believes that's happening as well. You know,
and listen, I think what we have to remember also is that we've got a new breed of owner now. We've got somebody with class. And knows how to run a business. So when she was on Sky, she said that she'd had a conversation with Steve, etc. She's no way going to come out on Sky and go, oh, he's a bell end, he's off. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's not, I mean, we would do that.
How fun would that be, though?
Yeah, she's a lot more of a classy bird than I am. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
So
can you imagine she sat in front of that Sky interview? Can you imagine, right? She sat in front of them Sky television cameras and went, what about the manager, Steve Bruce, Amanda? What do you think of him? Well, I think I agree with the Newcastle fans, really. He's a cabbage heat, and I can't wait to get him out of the club because he's a shit manager. I mean, God Almighty, that would have been funny. Kev wants to know, should I have done a special fan forum for this takeover? There'll be one at the weekend, mate. I'm in process of setting one up. Steve Bruce and his staff, get on your bike, piss off and never come back. He has had over 2 years to show what he can do and failed spectacularly every time. Without a shadow of a doubt, he has. He's even put that twice. Definitely good to see Newcastle be challenging again, but I think it's far stretch to say you belong there. You're only 46 top 10 finishes in 122 years since the league was founded and 28 top 6 finishes. Well, Lee, I'd just like to say on behalf of all Newcastle United fans, we do deserve to be there because we're the richest club in the world. Official now. Last night we were saying it wasn't quite official, but it's official now. And we will deserve to be there when we're signing the top players. And, we've got a tremendous stadium and all of that kind of stuff. You can't tell me that Newcastle fans and the area doesn't deserve it. So stop being a dick, all right? And we'll see you when we win the Premier League in a few seasons' time. Anyone want to actually glory from you guys?
Well, I just think Sunderland haven't been in the top 4 in League One, and since they've been there, they are now. So credit to them for that, and maybe they'll get promoted to the Championship this year. Fair play to them.
Well, he's gone on to say fans deserve some joy, but will be a long time till you're a top 6 regular, if ever. FFP exists. Right? Can I just say something on the FFP? Right? Mike Ashley has spent so little money, right, that we have a massive budget on when it compares to FFP. Yeah. We have got a fortune to spend, more than what Man City have spent, anything like that, because our spend has been so low under the Ashley era. FFP won't even come into it for us. So you can stick FFP as far as you can up your arse until it comes out your throat, sunshine.
I think they said the first amount of spending could be in the region of 190 million. Yeah. In January, that's what it would work out at.
Yeah.
So I don't know if we spend the whole lot, but it's a good start, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, look at him. He goes on to do all this and that. You cannot do what you did and thought. Listen, mate. Go take your jealousy back onto a Macam channel or something like that because you're hilarious, mate. Honestly, do you think we actually care what you have to say negative to ruin our day to day? Absolutely not. But thank you for joining the stream and watching the celebrations. How sad must you be? Never mind. Kev says, we just need to remember things will not change overnight. It's a long-term plan. I'd be thinking we'll be winning trophies in 5-10 years' time. I mean, Billy Amanda made a point of that, didn't she? That it is, and her husband did when he briefly walked past the Sky cameras. He said slow but steady progress. And that's all we want, really. We said that last night, didn't we?
That's the way to do it, though, isn't it? If you just go for improvement year after year until you finally improve that much, you hit the top of the table. Then that's the way to do it. You don't just go all in straight away because you can't jam a team with 11 superstar players in at once. It's not easy to do. You can fail doing it, and after you've spent all that money. So no, baby steps. Let's finish 10th, 8th next season, 5th, 6th the year after that. I don't have a real push to it.
Definitely.
5 years. Wait.
Lee Bruce or Bruce Lee, whatever his fucking name is, has put about 6 different comments about, City can spend bigger and all of this crap. So I'm just going to say bye-bye. You're blocked. So he's gone. I'm sure they already have some very interesting exclusive sponsorship deals lined up already.
100%.
Listen, I'm sweating like a moose in the summer, mate.
I'm sweating and all.
I shouldn't have put that towel on me, Heed. It's quite warm. I think basically they create a new airline as well, so I have a feeling the new airline may be on the front of our shirts come next season, but we'll see. Hello, Jason. Hope you're okay, matey. I mean, where were you guys today when it was announced? Because I mean, I seen the first tweet that came out from, I think it was one of the Rubens, didn't he? Said the deal is done.
The first tweet I saw was from Mary Dad saying cans, #cans.
Yeah.
And that was it for me.
They all must have been told, right, you can officially put it on your Twitter feeds now, away you go, because a lot of them did it at the same time, didn't they?
I thought the whole thing was a blur, and I'm actually mentally and physically drained.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm as chirpy as I was last night, purely because the adrenaline's wearing off.
Andrew at work.
Yeah, and I'm keeping it a bit low key, but I just can't believe it. I'm actually shocked. as to if this has actually happened. And like I made this point earlier today that it's the most Newcastle thing ever to not only get the takeover and get rid of Ashley, like a takeover, you know, and finally rid ourselves of Ashley, but to go from that to the richest club in the world.
Yeah,
it's like the most Newcastle United thing ever.
Oh God, yeah, the most Newcastle United thing ever, without a doubt.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Geordie says the richest club in the world. Massive credit to everyone who has helped get the club to where it is now, especially Keith Patterson and young Holly, who have spent hours upon hours of hard work. I was really delighted when that Sky showed the pictures there. You know, Amanda giving Holly a kiss and a hug. I mean, that just shows the dignity that Amanda has and the realization of what fans have done.
It's
you
just
know,
class.
And talking to the fans and you know, I know Mike Ashley, you know, you can see, well, he went in with the fans.
Can we refer to him as another word than Mike Ashley? Can we refer to him as like, I don't know.
History.
Previous bastard. You know, one of those. But you know what I mean? This is different. You know, she comes, I mean, listen, 4 years ago, she stepped into St. James's Park. She said she fell in love with the place. And, you know, she's so honest, isn't she? You know, you can tell she's not bullshitting anybody. She's there. And, you know, one thing, you look at Amanda Staveley and you think, right, she can be stern when she wants to be. You know what I mean? She will not be afraid to make tough calls. Neither will the other guys involved, you know, which is one you see. But the fact that she's talking about letting the fans know every step of the way what their plans are, you know, I mean, when have we heard that from Newcastle United? You know what I mean? Letting the fans know.
Miley said earlier when it was announced, you know, like those few words that she said was the most communication we've ever had in terms of in terms of Mike Ashley. Really,
yeah,
like it was much greater than anything he'd ever done already, and she'd been in the job less than 30 minutes.
Yeah,
it's unbelievable. I mean, what did you think, Billy, of what Amanda had to say? I mean, do you agree with me how she came across and that she really, really does feel like this is the moment, you know, that she wants to involve all the fans. She wants to make sure that this remains a fans club now and stays that way.
No, she's seen it ran the opposite way, so yeah, she'd be daft not to. But I think she's got such an attachment to the club now. She's seen the actions of fans wanting her to come and own our club over the past 18 months. She's seen the people outside the ground today. She's seen the people in the ground singing "Get out of our club, FCB." You know, she knows, and she's not thick, is she? She's very clever, astute businesswoman who loves our club. It's a recipe, you know, that Delia Smith couldn't cook with. It's fantastic, really is. Yeah. She's class, a class lady.
Tom makes a good comment there. Spare a thought for those less fortunate tonight. The inhabitants of Wearside, on second thoughts, they can fuck off. Yeah.
Oh my God! Somebody at my work today said he's a Sunderland fan, and he said, "Oh well, what will you do if you get taken over and you're just as shit as you are now?"
That's not going to happen, though. Well, we will be as shit as we are now for a while until Bruce is gone and we get somebody in. You know, the team hasn't changed overnight. It's where we are now, though. It's the optimism.
Here's one for you guys. You know, we know Ashley's not a football man. Charnley's not a football man. We've been ran by people going back as far as Lambius. He was a casino man. You know, we had the other guy, Chris Mort. He was a lawyer. It was Chris Mort, wasn't it? I think so. Yeah. Anyway, we've been ran, and you know, for the last 14 years by people that aren't football people. Straight away, we're now run by people that actually like football as a sport.
Yeah, that's a big difference.
Look at Jamie Rubin. He's just come off the QPR board. He's a QPR fan, so we actually know he actually genuinely is a football fan. I'm sure my dad and Amanda are going to be Newcastle fans if they aren't already, which I'm pretty sure she said she already has an affiliation with us with the being a Northern girl and stuff, you know. So
well, the thing is, Ben, I mean, the Rubens have worked a lot in the Northeast anyway. They know the area, so they're going to know what needs doing. You know what I mean? And they'll have had a good idea of how the fans have felt in the last 18 months since they've been involved, but also the last 15 years under Ashley. What I did like, I mean, Twitter and has been quite funny today. Gary, have you seen Gary Neville's post earlier on?
I didn't see that one.
he's driving in his car and he's singing about thank God we beat Newcastle 4-1 before they start signing Neymar and Mbappe. And good on him. You know, I really like Gary Neville. And he's actually pleased for us as well, which is a big thing. Shea Given's interview on Sky was hilarious. His son jumped in behind him, screaming his head off with his Newcastle top on. It was brilliant. You know, and to see all the legends coming out, you know, like Robert Lee and Barton and you're coming on. I really hope now, Ben, that they get involved in the club now, and I think they will, to be honest.
Yeah. I tweeted Warren Barton today. Just a little funny story. When I was a kid back in the day, 1996, you know, I was 10 years old when we were going for the title and stuff. And obviously, it's pretty hazy memories. But I wrote to him for a school project. We had to get somebody famous's autograph, and I wrote to Warren Barton at the time because I thought he was just a brilliant right back. You know, when I
and he had the most amazing centre parting.
Yeah, the hair and everything.
Yeah.
And basically, and he wrote back, or his, you know, his agent at the time did, and I think it was him though. It was like a nicely written letter and a little photo card signed by him, and it just absolutely made me day. And to see legends like that have a special connection to the club now coming back on board, it's just amazing.
It is tremendous, and the way they speak about Newcastle, you genuinely feel the heartfelt feelings they have for us. You know, I mean, even Janola's come out and said he wants to get involved in the coaching side now. You know, all these people who Mike Ashley just abandoned, really just sent into the stratosphere, have all come back and said, look, new start. And I can pretty much guarantee, and I think, you know, everybody knows that Piff and I mean, Amanda Staveley's going to have a big say in the running of the club. There is no doubt in my mind. Yes, she's a director, but she's going to I think she's going to pretty much dictate things from what I've gathered anyway. And she's going to want to involve all the old guys, all the legends. You know, we spoke about maybe Ferdinand coming back as a director of football, that kind of thing. And you know, this is, I guess, their opportunity to listen to the fans, because you know she has said that she's going to listen to the fans, and what's been going wrong and what they want to see with the takeover and where we go moving forward. We've never had this for 15 years. We've never had this from anybody at the club. And you can just see how open she's going to be. You know, it's amazing. I mean, I wouldn't like to get on the wrong side of it. Don't get us wrong. But that's what I'm saying. She's got where she is because she's that kind of businesswoman. You know,
100%.
And it's been the opposite, Paul, hasn't it, for 14 years? I mean, anyone that we like that were fans' favourites, Keegan, shit on him. Shearer, shit on him. Chris Houghton, beat Sunderland 5-1, shit on him.
Yeah.
Rafa Benitez, shit on him.
Yeah, you know, even like Malcolm McDonald as well, and stuff like that. You know, just
John Gibson. You know, all these people that are popular people on Tyneside. You know, that they weren't welcome while he was there because he liked to antagonise the fans. I'm sure he did. I'm sure he got a kick out of antagonising the fans.
It's almost when you actually sit and think about it. Have you ever seen anyone come back? Like, you know, even people like Ryan Taylor and, you know, Jonas Gutierrez and just people like Cisse, who was the great number 9 Denver Bar. You know, like, they've never been back, like, as far as
Jonas wouldn't come back after what happened with him, though.
Yeah. I mean, it's just crazy.
But like, I think they'll all be back soon enough, don't worry.
There's only one man I want to see come back through them doors, man.
Keegan.
Aye, and that'll be it for me. Good night.
I mean, I heard a lot of people on the radio saying today about Keegan and that they're not sure, you know, what capacity. I think an ambassadorial role. I would love to see him come onto the centre pitch and just clap the fans. You know, and say, because do you remember? In fact, talking to Keegan, the best day they'll have is when he sells the club. KK. And nobody can tell. He will still love the club so much. And he will want to be back in that stadium. He will want to share something. He will want to do something to move the club forward. And whether it's in a sort of director of football role, coaching role, ambassador, whatever it may be, I just can't wait to welcome him back to St. James's, to be honest. And the day he walks back through the door, it's like a Messiah returning, really, for me.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. I mean, the passion of the man, he speaks, you listen. I mean, he'll be like the Pied Piper, taking our club around the world. People jump on it because of Kevin Keegan. And the way he speaks, you cannot fail to hang on every word he says.
Yeah.
The man's an absolute genius. He's a messiah.
What I think is going to happen is, like, if this is all going to come together like a jigsaw, and you're going to have, like, levels and layers of structure, and it's all just going to merge, and it's going to make us, like, it's going to make us the most amazing club in the world. Like we've got the money, so we know essentially we're the richest club. But we've also got this wealth of like what we've just talked about there, these ambassadors. Then you know they're going to the next level down. Then we're going to have the coaching staff, the best of the best. And you add all that up, it's going to be overwhelming. Like everything's just going to explode.
The thing is, for me, though, it's not, I mean, we're going on about being the richest club in the world, but for me, there's a lot more to it. Newcastle United now, as a club, will have a bit of ambition. We'll have a bit of progress. We'll see things happening, whether it be sort of the training ground or the area itself, the stadium, and the team. We'll see stuff start to build. And we haven't had that under Mike Ashley at all. We've never seen a build. No. Yes, it's a big, big job, no doubt about that. But these people are ready for this job. You can tell they're excited. They want to get started. Amanda Staveley said she hasn't slept for 2 days. Obviously, what was going on through the night last night was thrashing all the deal out and getting it done. But we thought that might happen anyway. We spoke about that last night, that they were going to have a very late night into the early hours doing all the stuff. But for me, yes, the money's fantastic and we can buy phenomenal players and managers and things like that. But to have owners who want to, I mean, Amanda's come out and said tonight on Sky Sports, she wants to win the Premier League. I mean, it's amazing talking like that after 3 weeks ago, Bruce saying, I'm just here to keep the club ticking along in 17th position. Relegation.
But the thing is, Paul, that makes sense now, though, doesn't it?
Oh, God, yeah.
It makes sense now.
You go back a couple of years to Rafa when he was here and he had to beg them to paint his office. And now we're talking about, training grounds and stuff like that. And just to go back, you were saying like, Ashley's our new owners are going to build. They're going to build, right? Ashley hasn't even maintained. So like, it's not even like Ashley built anything. He actually didn't even maintain what we actually had in the first place. The training grounds literally dropped to bits. The stadium looks absolutely filthy, inside and out. It's absolutely disgusting. I don't know if you what you guys think when you actually go inside that stadium. But I think I know it's a football stadium, but you don't want to get too prawn Sani brigade. But at the end of the day, it's cold. It's uninviting. When you walk in, it's just breeze rocks everywhere. There's marks and smears all in the toilets and mold. And just like we said last night, the tiny tellies, the old posters, everything's just pathetic. It's just run down. It couldn't be any more run down if he tried. You know?
But how nice is it going to be when we go to the Tottenham game and we walk past the players' entrance and outside the players' entrance there's 2 golden camels. Just to welcome.
And they have actually ordered them. They've actually ordered them already.
I thought they might. Really says, even Paul, this moment is for people like you who love this club. We got our club back and let the good times begin. Cheers, buddy. That means a lot. Thank you. Thomas is in the house. We are the Geordies. My lad just got home and covered in lager and cider. There's a lot of that being thrown about actually at the minute. I mean, Danielle, how long do they think that? Well, Amanda Staveley said she's spoken to Steve Bruce, but nothing was said basically about the job itself. She said she just spoke to him, and nothing was discussed, despite what Crazy Level 7 Dave said on John's show earlier on. Bless him. But when do you think that's going to come? Because I was hearing rumours that there was a phone call scheduled for tonight with Steve Bruce and all the board. But rumours will kick off about that all the time. But when do you genuinely think a phone call or a conversation is had with Steve Bruce?
I think it'll be gone by Monday. I think she's done the right thing. She's a businesswoman and everyone knows who's I'm a manager and I would never, ever speak about sacking somebody without having the conversation with somebody first, she can't give him a chance. She just can't. To show what?
That's true.
I mean, it's not even his career here. It's look at everything else he's done. And look, this whole narrative's changed tonight. I don't know if you've noticed, but it's let's all feel sorry for Steve Bruce. I don't know if you've seen Luke Telegraph. Have you seen Luke Edwards' Telegraph?
I've read it.
Boil his head in a hot pan of water.
Oh, it's all about he's a human being, and we need to think, and
Listen, we're talking on football in terms here about Steve Bruce. The man is a shitbag as a manager.
100%.
I don't care what he's like as a person.
I've said it over and over.
Yeah, he sat behind the scenes last season when he knew the fans weren't in the ground and he slagged the fans off, right? So for me, he can't come back from that.
100%.
Plus, his managerial skills are shocking. And for a club now that is the richest club in the world, the PIF are not going to sit there and want Steve Bruce leading this team anymore. No. Come on. He's not exactly a figurehead of glory, is he? Jesus Christ.
They'll want to come across as doing things the right way.
Yeah,
they don't want to be seen as coming in with a sledgehammer and saying, off you go, son. There's your ejector seat, you're out. Yeah. They're going to do it in a very classy way, and rightfully so, but he's not going to be here by Monday. And if he is, I'll show my arse in Fenix window. There you go.
Jesus Christ, Danielle. It's 650 people watching.
I just want to say this. What Bruce would really benefit from reminding himself is that at any other club, he would have been sacked a long time ago. And everyone knows that. It's just our club is so backwards in the way it's run. He's getting like an extra probably year than he should never have had a job in the first place. Let's be honest.
Well, you could maybe say Mike Ashley knew this was coming, so that's why he didn't sack him. I mean, he had the opportunity to sack him after the defeat at Wolves, and he said no. Yeah, he must have knew something was in the pipeline. That's all I can think of, really, because he wasn't going to risk this. He wasn't going to risk this kind of money, was he? To be fair, Gemma's on the cans again tonight. By the way, she says, "I read lads and Danielle."
Gemma, cheers, love.
Yep, have cans, champagne, everything at the ready. We've got Kevin said, "Well, I said I wouldn't renew my season ticket since I got my first with the KK era as a player. Been without for the last 5 years, pick and choose my games. As I always said, Ashley in season ticket out." Yeah, well, good luck getting a new season ticket because that website's been a bit busy over the last 24 hours. David says we're going to need a bigger boat. Famous line from Jaws. I mean, we look now and we can actually talk seriously about sort of, managers and what sort of players that we can maybe look to get in, certainly in January. I mean, like I said last night, January is going to be a time where, if we are still around the bottom end of the table, they're going to spend some money. And, they're going to get players in to get us out of the trouble. So I'll start with you, Billy. Who would you possibly go for in January to strengthen?
Well, I'll go for Eric Boyer, centre half.
Right.
I'll go for Van der Beek, also for Man United.
Yep. Good shout.
And I'd also look at Chris Wood at Burnley.
Chris Wood. There's a shout. Okay. Ben, how about you?
Right. I'm not going to just jump in and just like pick my favourite players. What I will say is I feel like we would know more after the first signing's been made. Does that make sense? Like for the type of calibre what we're going to go for. So at the minute, I'm still quite sceptical. I'm still quite dubious. But at the same time, I'm quite hopeful that they're going to be like a high-end, a top calibre of player. I think we might get a few shocks. And it kind of leads on to I just want to drop a little point in. And I know we have to stay grounded, and I've heard all this from a few sources today.
But why? Why should we stay grounded, Ben?
Hell no! I'm getting it, Babby, me. I'm getting Sterling. I'm raiding the top six, me. I'm going in, I'm taking everything. I'm
not finished. Listen, that's what I'm going to say, right? So yeah. I'm not part of that brigade.
I noticed that on Twitter today, Ben.
What I'm saying is, a day, though?
I just feel like if you look at the money where we are, like look at Man City. What are their owners? Was it 20 billion or something like that, or 30 billion?
Chicken feed.
And then you've got us above them on 300 billion. I think there needs to be a little bit of a reality check from some of the journos and some of the fans as well. And I mean this like as a reality check in that we actually might be spending more money than has actually been talked about here. These aren't messing about. This is. Despite anything what people believe, this is the richest club in world football, and they're not going to just. I know financial fair play is going to play a part. We're not going to piss about for 10 years, slowly building a team up with, one Almiron here and one Alan St. Maximin there, and added, that type of £20 million player one per season. It's not going to be that. So people need to switch on a bit and wake up, because we are at some point going to sign somebody worth 40 million, a 50 million pound player, probably a 60 million. Like, we are going to get to that point very soon.
You look at Man City when they got taken over. They made a marquee signing in Robinho, didn't they? And that's not. He didn't turn out to be the player that that they wanted, but that was their start. That was their main top signing, and to say, right, this is the start of the build at Manchester City. So yeah, I can see exactly what you mean, Ben. It's going to be a progressional build-up, isn't it?
Yeah.
But the sort of make in January will be trying to keep us up more than anything, won't it? Let's be honest. We're not going to be going after the top 8. We want solid players to make us more solid and keep us up.
Yeah. So those players, what you suggested there, Billy, will probably be the caliber of, Prem involved players, better players than what we already have, but we're still within reach. And then when we build again in the summer, and then that's when we go.
Exactly.
I agree.
Balls to that, me. I'm taking the lot.
Danielle just wants Mbappe in January.
Listen, all of the top 6, I'm raiding
the
lot.
Hey,
anyone have a contract? Straight up the A1, son. Straight up.
Yeah, but listen, there's a lot of contracts, a lot of big players whose contracts are ending in the summer, and they'll be available to talk to other clubs in January. But don't tell me that
when I say Mbappe, I don't really mean Mbappe.
Well, I know that, but what I'm saying is, these guys will have fingers in pies already, looking at who's running out of contracts and stuff like that to build this team up. There will be. Scotch says, lads and lasses, you'll be with me here. I cannot explain how ecstatic I am right now. Since going to the games, I've known nothing but Mike Ashley. What a wedding anniversary present this was. Oh, congratulations, matey.
Congratulations.
And, hope you've had a smashing anniversary, and obviously you have, because we've had a takeover. I mean, Danielle, you talk about some of the players that you'd love. I mean, do you know what it is? I mean, it is literally, this club is now shopping in Harrods compared to Pound Stretcher and Wilkinson's, to be honest, isn't it?
Oh, yes. And do you know what? Mate, when they asked that tonight, like, what will be the first thing that you do? Amanda Staveley, the first thing I'd do is give them a kick right up the arse. Like, enough's enough now. You've had your party. You've had your, let's just play around on the pitch. The party's over now. This is real life. We are the richest, and I'll say it again, richest club in the world. Like,
I don't think we've mentioned that a lot on this show, to be honest.
Do you know what? There's no room for Deadwood anymore. So, like it or lump it, if you don't like it, see you later. There's a club down the road. There's a club down the road that needs a few players.
I see Jamal Lascelles came out and said it's time to put things right and all that in a tweet. Some of these players, right, will be now. I mean, I have a feeling we'll see a very, very different effort from the players on next Sunday against Spurs. I have no doubt that they'll be putting 120% in. I'm not expecting to get a result. Don't get me wrong, but having said that, if we've got a different manager, then who knows?
For me, though, she almost fired a shot tonight, though, because she said, "I'm going to be here all the time. Like, I'm here all the time now." Yeah. So she's going to be at every game. She's going to be watching. Like, Mike Ashley is no more. Like, this neglect.
Who?
It's almost like, when you work at a really bad, really, really, really bad place, and you're like, just let her do what you want, and then some manager comes in who really knows their shit. Like, the party's over. Definitely. Do you know what I mean?
Sam makes a point here. A bittersweet moment for me as a Borough fan. I'm glad that the shit stain Ashley is gone, but you'll move far too quickly away from competing with us in Sunderland. Well, I do apologise for that, but unfortunately, what am I saying? I don't really apologise. No, it's our time. I'm sure Middlesbrough will have the time again. You did a few years back when you got the European finals and things like that. So, this is our time now. Billy's obviously needing to go and clean the bladder.
I just say one more point, just on the players before we move on.
Yeah, of course.
I put a tweet out today, basically saying that the pressure would be on them, but in a good way. So the eyes of the world are now watching them, and where they didn't have ambition, they were playing for a Deadwood club, and we knew it, and they know it too. But now overnight, they've got instant ambition. They're surrounded in a bubble of ambition. So it's going to literally, their mindsets are going to be right, the eyes of the world are watching, the fans are watching, the new owners are watching. Even if we're not sticking around here, and we are going to be sold because it's not good enough, other teams' managers will be watching. Let's all just up the ante and prove that we actually are Premiership players. You know what I mean?
100%.
Yeah. So, I think you'll see a massive difference. That Spurs game, I think the effort will go up tenfold, the running, hopefully the game plan. Crazy.
Well, for me, though, that depends on whether Bruce is still here or not.
I think he'd be gone. Honestly, I think that would just be a massive buzzkill on that Sunday if we all rocked up and he come out. It would just completely taint the whole day. They won't risk it. He'll be gone. I think he'll be gone in the next 48 hours. I think they have someone lined up. I honestly believe, this is just my opinion, that it's going to be someone like Antonio Conte, and it's going to shock the world. People won't believe we pulled a manager of that kind of caliber. That's just my opinion.
You know what? When you think about it, they must. I don't think they'll have looked at this club and thought, if this was happening, that they do not have somebody to come in and take over from Bruce. I really, really cannot see that happening. I really do think that they've got somebody there, somebody in the background, because the thing is, they wouldn't have. I mean, they hadn't bought the club, so they were free to talk to anybody, weren't they? I mean, they could go to any manager and say, look, when we take over, we'll be in touch.
And bear in mind, if they are going to, even if they are going to interview people in the next few days or the next few weeks, they're going to have to let Bruce go first. You can't interview for a job where someone still holds the position. Yeah. So he's going to have to go first. So to me, that would suggest he'd be gone in the next few days, and maybe Jones will just run the shop until we get somebody high caliber in.
Yeah. I mean, would you put your trust in Jones, Danielle?
You see,
she's going to be controversial.
I would have done. Right. However, since this whole thing with the mole, Dwight Gale, came out, I don't know if I would now.
Right.
Like, I feel like, I just don't know, like, yeah, I probably would. Okay, I would. But it would have to be really short term. Like, we've got no time left. Like, we're 19th. We need to get some, like, points. We need to win against Tottenham. Really.
The thing what I keep thinking is, I keep thinking we've got a game this weekend. Like, I keep
totally forgetting. It's horrible that we're not.
Yeah. So we might not even need Jones at all. If we get this sorted next week, we won't need Jones.
But will Jones stay?
Yeah.
Because he's not part of Bruce's team.
That's a debate. That's something that's going to be a sad fact of this. We might actually lose Jones, who I actually think is proven to be a very, very good coach.
But will we? Will we lose him though? Because I don't know if we will. Because
he's coming in because they bring their own backroom staff. Some of them have like 9.
Yeah. And Steve Bruce brought his own backroom staff.
Yeah.
And then in come Graeme Jones. So is he a nice addition? Is he a nice to have? Or I mean, I can't believe I'm saying this actually. Like, I can't believe this happened. But I honestly can't. But
do you know what they could do? This is just an idea, and they might not even go for it. But they could allow Jones to keep his England role, which I believe was causing a bit of issues.
He hasn't got it anymore.
He's got it now.
No,
this is what happened though. I'm sure it's something along the lines of Ashley said he couldn't keep it during the season, something like that. Like, because you're on our time, like it's right up in the summer months when I'm sure I heard something like that. So let's just see how it goes, because I think Southgate would have him back if he was allowed. But then you could maybe have like Jones like just running the academy or something. I mean, it would be awesome. He's got his own little style of play. He could. I don't know. There's options, but I'd like to keep him.
I mean, what a position we're in, though. What a bloody position we're in. Like, can you believe it?
Like, we're supposed to approach Jason Wilcox for the academy role, haven't we already?
Yeah.
The Man City academy manager.
Yeah, I wonder who's had an input on that for Jason Wilcox.
Well, is he going to be the academy
guy? Shearer's a good pal of his, isn't he?
Yeah, he is, yeah. Blackburn teammates, weren't they?
Yeah. What did you say there, Ben?
What are you saying? This guy's going to be the academy guy?
Well, they've approached, apparently, the rumours are, but they've approached the Man City academy manager, who's Jason Wilcox, who's...
right. Is that what he... So that's what he would do, right? Okay.
So, if you're poaching staff off Man City, I mean, good Lord, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We said that a week ago.
Well, who would have said that 2 days ago? Yeah, I mean, I did my fan forum on Tuesday night, and we were all so downbeat on there.
I was thinking, depressed,
where's the club going? What the hell's going on? We were just downridden. And now, literally 48 hours later,
Is anyone
We've got a new owner.
Is anyone going through tomorrow for a mooch around or anything like that?
Nah, unfortunately.
Well, I did reply to your tweet, Ben, but I didn't get a reply. And Danielle's going to be sort of very sick tomorrow, judging by the way she's pouring it back tonight.
I'm going to go. I'm going to head through for about 11 o'clock. I'm going to buy. I think I'm going to treat myself to the away kit. Really like. Is the blue one the away one, or is that the
black
one?
And there's a black one and I love the black one. The black one is just.
Yeah, I'm going to treat myself. I'm going to make a day of it, and I'm just going to buy a couple of cans, and I might just sit outside and just soak up the atmosphere, see who's there. I don't think it'll be like the scenes tonight. Which brings me on. Has anybody seen the scenes currently? Is it still ongoing?
Oh, it's still going on.
Yeah, there's thousands there, mate. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I've just been watching all the videos.
The thing for me is I loved how Amanda was touched by it though, because when Keith mentioned it to her and said, "Oh, the fans are outside the stadium and there's hundreds, even thousands," and she went, "Oh, like."
She was genuinely touched, wasn't she?
Yeah, 100%. And that's when you know that she's the right one. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
100%.
I think you might get more international media there tomorrow. I mean, obviously, a lot of people have had to travel from far and wide for this, and until it's official, they probably wouldn't have. You know, I'm talking like from the continent, from the States. I think you might get be a hive of activity tomorrow. I think. I honestly believe there'll be people buzzing about all over, getting interviews and such. So,
I fancy, to be honest, I might get the train through, Ben. I think I will.
Let me know if you do, man. Honestly, I'm going through for about 11. So if you want to meet, you'll just have a chill out, have a can, soak it up.
Definitely.
Let's do it, man.
Got to kind of soak up some sort of atmosphere, haven't we? You know,
the kids are in nursery.
Yeah, my kids are at school and at work, so let's do it. Why not?
Right,
this doesn't happen to us every day, does it? You know what I mean? We've got to try. I was gutted that I wasn't there tonight. I said to the kids tonight when they came back from school, I says, "Do you fancy going through to St James's?" And I kind of showed them the pictures, and they kind of looked.
We nearly went but obviously
the little ones are only 9 and 13.
Mm-hmm.
So and they kind of looked and they saw all the lads jumping with the beer bottles and that, and I thought, maybe he's not. But tomorrow,
there was a few jobbers there, weren't there?
Yeah, isn't there always? But tomorrow, you're right. I mean, I think there'll still be lots of media there. I think there's still some announcement to come tomorrow, possibly about the manager. You know, we've got all that still to come. So I think you're right, Ben. I think there's still going to be an atmosphere there. So
I think there's going to be like a grand press conference. I think there's going to be like something from the PIF side. Because I understood that. You know, previous when we thought it was going to happen, that they had a big unveiling planned and all of that. Yeah. Obviously, that didn't go ahead. So, and that's going to happen at some point. So why not tomorrow?
Yes, we should go for a chalice, Ben, and sit and soak up the atmosphere. Definitely.
Screw yous. I'll be working.
You've got your champagne there now tonight. Enjoy it.
Danielle's going to try and work tomorrow, but I think she'll be
I'll be
praying to Huey quite a lot tomorrow.
100%. And you know what, right? Tomorrow, if any of my team are watching now, tomorrow is a really good day to ask us for anything that you want, because it'll be 100% yes.
Yeah. Yes, I don't care. Mike's Leeds Academy says 50 million will get you nowhere in January. Yeah, it's not going to be 50 million, pal. It's a lot more than that. William says, love your channel, Paul. Cheers, buddy. Give Bruce a job as a handyman. Amanda is scared.
No, she's not.
Mike Sack is a big Bruce fan, but I'm sure he just tweets that.
Don't be silly.
Says things like that to just wind us up. Thomas Verner says, "Who could feel sorry for Steve Bruce?" I don't. You know, if he'd done his job or he was respectful to the fans, then I might feel a bit different. But listen, he is not going to. You know, PIF haven't spent all this money to have somebody like Steve Bruce running the football team. There is just no doubt in my mind that he is going to be. I don't think he's going to be manager by the time the Tottenham game comes. I think with the way, if worst comes to worst, I can see him still being in charge until the next international break, and then when we're really bottom of the table, they'll get rid of him. But they've got a big opportunity here to get a new man in with a week and a bit before the Spurs game, to get with most of the squad and basically kick their asses, like you said before, Danielle, and not be just that. The directors, it'll be the new manager who'll be in there to put a rocket up these asses, because they can play a lot better than what they're showing. But on the flip side of that, it'll be nice to see them playing in the normal positions.
Yeah.
I think it'll be gone tomorrow. I'll do honestly. Tomorrow or Saturday.
I have a feeling as well.
I agree, Bill. Yeah. I just going to say there about the passion that any of these new managers what's been linked would bring. Compared to Bruce, just that alone could probably be enough to squeeze an extra 10, 20, 30% out of these players. You know, look at the passion from Gerrard. He's still got the passion what he had as a player. You've got Conte, who's one of the most literally passionate managers there is. You know, anybody like that, and like I know it's a pipe dream, but someone like Mourinho, anyone like that, just you know, Mancini, someone who's got like legendary status as a player, and then coming into management, like all these guys would just inspire that extra 10, 20, 30% to, you know,
100%.
It might just enable a player to track that player a bit more, or somebody to push that extra little bit further to get their head on the end of something. Like you're talking, these are the margins what you're talking about. If somebody's pushing you and that you respect, you're going to go that extra mile. And Bruce, he doesn't have any respect of the players, the fans.
Yeah. You're right.
He's not accountable to anyone. He's not accountable to anyone.
He doesn't take the blame himself.
Until
when have you ever
today.
heard Steve Bruce say, that was on me today, we weren't good enough, I set the team up wrong? He won't ever say that. But that's the thing. What I'm thinking is, if they do bring a new manager in, maybe they'll keep Graeme Jones on simply because he knows the club, he supports Newcastle, but also he's got the players' respect. That was evident the second he walked in the door, when you know you were getting pictures of the players crowded around his clipboard and things like that. And
100%.
he's got the respect, but he can also tell the manager, and I'm sure he will, about how the players have been playing out of position. The players will tell the new manager as well. You know, and the new manager will look and say, right, well, the likes of Miguel Almiron, he plays as a number 10 for Paraguay. Why is he been stuck in the middle of the park all season? You know, you look at St. Maximan, he's not a striker. Give him a free role. Get somebody in who's a striker. You know, Dwight Gale might get an opportunity now when Wilson inevitably gets injured again until January. But I mean, Mark, 2 seconds, but Mark makes a good point here. That he says there's no way they'll risk Bruce till January. He could be really in trouble by then.
Yeah.
And then, do you think Steve Bruce should be given a second chance by the owner, or should he get sacked?
Second, he said. I think he said his second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth chance by now.
Yeah. Just like he was eighth choice or something to be actually manager, to be fair. Bin Salman Saudi Mag says 500 odd games as a manager and only a 19% win percentage. I mean, I read something where out of these 999 games he's had, he's won 300. I mean, that is shambolic. How has he been a manager for so long? It beggars belief.
And also, let's not forget, he's not walking away with nothing.
Yeah,
you know,
he's getting a golden
3 million smackers. Like, come on, man. Like, I'd lose my job for that. Who wouldn't?
He's got away with it because he's what's known as a proper football man, like Mark Hughes, Tony Pulis, Sam Allardyce. Proper football men. Men that were proper football men 30 years ago. You know,
exactly.
He's one for you. He's one for
2
you.
seconds, Ben. Couple of super chats have come in. £4.49 from Kirith. How are the lads? TTP. And £4.49 for Gemma. Gemma's obviously pissed.
Go on, Gemma. Get in there, pet.
Wanted to send £6.10. But it won't let me type that amount. Let's call it RA Tool Therapy M6. I mean M8. Thanks, Gemma. Mwah. Dear me. This £6.10 is going to haunt me. Like, go on, Ben. What are you going to say, bud?
Oh no, just while we were touching on the players and playing like people out of position. The bottom line is, who would you rather have? Like, he's a good example. But when you were talking about Alan there playing on the, you know, as a central striker, who would you rather have down your left-hand side? Would you rather have Richie and Joe, you know, working that left-hand channel, or would you rather have young Lewis, one of the most talented, you know, potentially young English left backs in the country, and Alan tearing up that left-hand side? I mean, it's just beggars belief that he's getting away with playing Richie for all these games.
Yeah,
I like Richie. I like him.
I do as well.
Yeah, but he's not left back, Danielle. That's the problem.
I know, but
it's exposing him.
I know, but right, listen, right? He's got like what 10 other players on the pitch haven't got. He's got the fire.
It's just a shame that he hasn't got the legs to match anymore. That's the only thing.
I know.
He's one of the best signings we've made in the last decade. He's absolutely amazing.
Danielle, sometimes in life you just need to let go, darling. You just need.
I know, but I can't.
You're gonna have to. You're gonna have to.
Do you want to know what really caught me out this week? Before all this shitstorm hit, that Richie was he the third creator of the third most chances in the league? Not assists, like just chances. Yeah. And I actually tweeted at the time. I said that's an astonishing stat for somebody who I actually believe has been one of our worst players this season. The fact that he's created the third most chances in the league was about 12 chances. I just thought that was absolutely crazy for a left back that's been pretty crap, you know. So
well, I mean, I'm very excited to see what a new manager or a top-class manager can do with some of these players. You know, I'm really excited to see the likes of Jamal Lewis, you know, how well he's going to improve. Joe Linton, I'm very intrigued to see if a world-class top manager can do something with Joe Linton. Danielle, you're huffing, but is there not a possibility?
You know what? I'm gonna say it. I agree with you. I do.
Jesus.
And I think
she's definitely on the hammer.
If he plays on the left and he's managed by an actual manager, not like Steve Bruce, we might see something good. You know, like you just don't know. Anything's possible now, though. Anything is possible. Who knows?
Would you put Fabian Schär back in the team?
Now we see.
A lot of the ladies would.
I would.
I would. I actually rate. I rate Schär. Me, I always have. Yeah. CFC Florida, thank you for the $5 super chat.
Yeah,
congrats to NUFC fans. The future definitely looks very bright. Thanks, mate. And Callum, thanks very much for the £5 one. Can you thank Mike Ashley for keeping you in profit so you can you can spend stupid money for 3 years before FFP get involved like Everton did. See, there's the point about FFP. You know, because we haven't spent stupid money.
Yeah,
FFP can't get involved with us for 3 years. That's why we can spend an absolute fortune.
Again,
any sentence that involves thank you, Ashley.
Crazy.
I think it's a kind of
Luke, man. God's sake.
Guys, I'm still crying and masturbating from last night. Oh my goodness me. Wow. I've never heard that before. I feel a bit violated. I'd rather go into League Two before selling my club to human rights abusers.
Okay then. Well, crack on.
Just
go on. See you later.
Yeah. Don says take Aubameyang from Arsenal.
Possibility.
I'll take them all. Like I've said, I'll take them all.
I tell you what, if Amanda Staveley watches this at some point, you know, she sees you, Danielle, she might just employ you saying, right,
listen,
she's
Mandy,
a tough nut. Let's get her in.
Howie, give us a ring. We'll do it together. Well, I'll just go in and just take the lot.
Jesus Christ. Andrew shouts for Arsene Wenger.
No.
Why?
Why would we?
I don't think he can do a week-to-week job, but an international manager's job, I think, would be superb. But
he's too old, and I don't like
another one. I guess you'd celebrate if Adolf Hitler bought Newcastle.
Yes, I would. Yes, I bloody would, because I'd celebrate that he was
fucking dead 80 years.
Yeah, he hasn't got a good look about him, to be fair. What a stupid thing to say.
Listen, no one is spoiling this night for us. No one.
That's why we're laughing at all these comments, to be
100%.
honest. 100%. There's a body buried in St James's Park, apparently. Oh, yeah. Well, I was going to mention this before. George pointed out. Can you imagine how Rafa feels watching the telly tonight?
See, the thing is, I don't think he will be kicking himself. I don't. I think that, you know, it's sad what's happened, and we would have loved to take him back. But at the same time, good on him for sticking to what he wanted to do, and maybe now is not the right time.
The thing is, his family live there.
100%.
His wife and his daughter, both live there when obviously his daughters have been at uni, but when she's not there, he's back in Liverpool with him, and his wife's there, and his dogs are there.
Hey, Ben, you know a lot about Rafa's family, like.
Hey, I know. Hey, I know.
Listen, man, you know them people that hide in bushes. You've got one. Tom and Goggles. Judy, thanks for the super chat. Really appreciate it. She says, for all the bad things Hitler did, at least he shot himself.
Wow.
Brent Linda says, as the son of a Geordie living across the pond, I know my father, who hailed from North Shields, is looking down and smiling. Great day and joy, folks. Listen, can you imagine, like Bobby Robson and Gary Speed, they'll all be looking down, absolutely chuffed to bits that the club is finally under the right people. Stu says here, there's some proper Beeling virtue signalling mongs in the chat. If you're so upset about our takeover, take it up with those who feel responsible. Yeah, well, yeah.
And don't watch Disney. Don't get an Uber.
Talk to someone who cares. We just don't care anymore.
Well, I know. But do you think they went on about this for the Formula One, for the boxing and all that kind of stuff? No.
Disney.
Disney. Yeah.
It's not the fact that we don't care. We do care. We do care about human rights. But we care about football as well. We're all football men and women. So
but the human rights side of things isn't for the football, isn't anything to do with the football side of it. That's for politicians to work out. You know, it's how it is.
That. We can't affect that in any way. And also, buying this football club doesn't affect it in any way either. It doesn't affect.
But not just that. We can encourage them to use our standards now. They're coming to our country to work.
Yeah.
The thing is, though, they keep mentioning human rights, and they are actually trying to sort things out. I think it's quite obvious that country is, in their way of thinking, they're not quite up to, well, they're trying to get up to where the modern Western world is. And ventures like this, trying to, do that. They're trying to buy into, major companies, the sporting world. They're trying to become a tourist destination. I believe you've all seen the adverts. They are trying. It's not as if like they're just saying, "Oh, fuck it," like we're not trying. They actually are trying. They're trying to sort the country out, So
they have made a lot of steps forward, haven't they, compared to what it used to be? The whole of the Middle East, to be honest. John says, just for fun, who do you think Steve Bruce would spend 200 million on? El Mohammadi.
Jesus.
Greg's.
Probably spend it on himself.
on himself, kebabs, Greg's, Munchies, El Mohammadi. There's a few.
Bacon.
Jesus
Paul,
Christ. Yes.
Annie says that she's got some costumes which you can try on.
Who?
Annie.
Yeah.
Annie, are you okay?
The Bristol City fan, Annie.
Annie, our Annie, yeah.
All right. Costumes? Why would I want costumes?
And
I don't want costumes.
Listen, I don't know. She's really sent us that.
Annie's a he.
Yeah, Annie's a he.
Danielle.
Oh, hang on.
Annie's a he.
Is he? Who?
Bristol City.
I don't know.
I don't know what costumes you are, though.
I'm not on here every night. I don't know.
I'm worried, to be honest. Elspeth NUFC, thank you very much for the $17.99 super chat, mate. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much for all your donations to the channel. It means the world. Thank you so much. Mortez, who cares what you think of your own life? Get off and stop criticizing other teams and fans. Well said, buddy. Well said.
Well said.
Now there's a shout. Not Perez. No, we don't. Tielemans is a good shout.
Tielemans is on the cusp of becoming a world class. Probably some people might argue he actually is. He could go to the next level with a team like us, the new us. Not the old us, the new us. He could. He's a brilliant player. Amazing.
Dr. Rockler says, a quote from Steve Bruce on Sky, I would like to show the new owners what I can do. What he can do. Yeah, you've only had nearly 1,000 games to show what you can do, Stephen. You're pure shit. Honestly, that's the most ridiculous. Does that not say how deluded he is, though?
Yeah. I can do a nice potato omelette, like.
I mean, there's no way Piff are going to look at this man. Ollie should be available for you by Christmas. No, thank you. Bruce was brought in as a puppet. He's a nice guy, but way out his depth. Look, he might be a nice guy. I mean, Alan Brazil, honestly, this morning on Talk Sport, was listening to him talking about Steve Bruce, and he couldn't be further up. I mean, I know he's good pals with Steve Bruce, but, when you're in that position as a sports presenter, you have to speak the truth. And what he was saying was just utter garbage. Utter garbage. Van der Beek and Lingard, says Steve Short. That's not a bad shout.
Lingard could be a very good player. Maybe on a 3-year contract. Good signing, on a 3-year contract. Something like that. That would be awesome. And he'd be really motivated to get in the World Cup squad. January onwards. Yeah, that could be a fire sign.
Claude, you've had a mare, son. You've had a mare. Why not give Bruce a chance with all the monies you have now?
No.
All wanted him to do magic with average players. What a shame. Listen,
average players?
We haven't got average players. We've got some very, very good players in the team, Claude. He plays them out of position and doesn't play the right formation to suit the players.
Well said.
Yes. Cheers to that, Danielle. So, Claude, I suggest you watch Newcastle before making what I can only describe as a bit of a ridiculous comment, because just look at his record. Just look at his record. Look at his statistics, and then you'll see how good of a manager Steve Bruce really is. He's as much use as my arse when it's got the trots. So, Bruce equals dinosaur. Tom, I'd have Perez. But really?
I wouldn't.
Nah. He's gone backwards at Leicester.
Did anyone see Michael Owen's tweet as well?
Yes.
No.
What did he say?
Howie, man,
What was it? I didn't see it.
How happy he is.
How
for the
happy he is, and how
blah,
generally
blah.
happy he is for the. It's a load of shit.
He must think Liverpool took over.
Yeah. I'm here. Hello there, a Saudi Arsenal fan here. Happy for Newcastle fans to finally get rid of the fraud, Ashley. Wish it was Arsenal, though. Thanks, Emir. Yeah, I think Arsenal have got problems with their owners, but listen, at least their owners spend a bit of money. You know, they've given it a go. And hats off to them for sticking by Arteta, by the way. You know what I mean? They could have pulled the trigger on him, but I think that Arteta is going to turn out to be a very good manager. I really do. I know time will tell, but you need local connections. What?
We've got local connections.
The Toon Review is a Chad name from Venom. What's a Chad?
Oh, no clue. It's country, isn't it?
I'm not down with the
kids.
I don't.
It's meant to put chav.
The Toon Review is a chav name. Really?
I don't know.
From Venom.
Listen, I'm sorry, but if it was a chav name, you'd call it something like the Toon Brittany or something like that. You know what I mean? Come on.
Yeah. Chardonnay.
Or the Toon Chardonnay. Yeah. Jesus Christ.
I don't know what it means.
I've got no idea. If you'd like to tell us what the hell you meant by that, that's fair enough. In January, priority centre-back, defensive midfielder and centre-forward.
Yes.
Yeah,
Two centre-backs.
But we need to play the right formation for a start. With the utmost respect, Paul, I'm going to miss your post-match rants. They were and are epic. Cheers for the entertainment.
No. It will be sad.
Hey, listen, it's about time I got to do some happy stuff on this channel, you know. It's not all about ranting. I'm sure if we still play shit in the coming weeks, I will still rant about a shite performance. Don't get us wrong, because I wear my heart on my sleeve. If we play shit, I will shout. So
maybe you could do like a review of Steve Bruce, like if he's like time at the club and do one final rant.
Danielle, are you just trying to put my blood pressure sky high, or are you trying to kill me off?
I'm just, what the people want. Do you know what I mean?
I appreciate that. What the people want is for me to let me head blow up on camera.
That's exactly right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, thanks. Would you get Ivan Toney back? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think he's a class player in the making, and again, he's doing well under a very good manager, and I think he can only get better and better. Hey, Dave H, it's really done. Woohoo! Woo! There was a few of them today.
Who said Amanda looks evil? Because that's a disgrace, by the way.
Galactus Pro, I don't know. She doesn't look evil, but I think she can.
Did everyone see?
She looks tough.
Some
of the
beauty,
man.
Beauty that came from the Transfer Checker account today. It's actually a very good account on Twitter. I don't know if you know that one. Transfer Checker, and he's basically a Brentford fan, and he was ranting and raving all day. He was making fun of Amanda Staveley. He put a comment about how I must have had like a really boring life to get excited about today, and I just thought he was really salty, and it was a snapshot into what we're going to have to face. This is a Brentford.
Bring it on. Bring it on.
I'm a Brentford fan.
Yeah, he's a Brentford fan that runs one of the best transfer news sites, and he has connections. I don't know how he does it, but he knows a lot of connections.
But he's let himself down today.
And he let himself
100%.
down today. He's a great account. And I just thought that's so bitter, mocking Staveley's appearance, and he was like mocking my life and other people's tweets, and the whole thing just stunk. But I just thought there's a little snapshot into some of the bigger accounts that they can't handle it. Yeah. Like this idea that Newcastle United are the richest club in the world.
Yeah.
I mean, look at that knob jockey Delaney today. I mean, Jesus Christ, what a prick.
Yeah,
but I love the comebacks on him when he tweeted all that rubbish out. The comebacks on the thread were absolutely hilarious. Derek says Paul should get the number 610 on the back of your shirt.
Yeah, he should.
But remember the full stop between the six.
Yeah.
Oh, honestly, guys, like I said last night, we've got so many comments in. We've got over 700 watching again, which is incredible. Thank you so much for that. Judging by the comments, you're really enjoying the show.
It's amazing,
keep smashing the likes up for me, guys. Keep subscribing if you haven't already, because there's a lot more stuff to come on this channel. And if you're feeling generous, like a few people have, and you want to donate to the channel, hit that super chat button at the bottom of the live comments. That'll take you through the payment method. Only if you want to, of course. It's up to you. But thank you in advance for that. Wolves F1, thanks for the nice support of the channel. Everyone got something to say about Saudi human rights. I don't hear you shouting about the government doing weapons deals with Saudi, but because NUFC have been bought, you're outraged. Exactly. We said that last night, though, didn't we? Politics should be brought into sport. I really think that says shouldn't. Don't forget your vaccine passports. What?
The thing's coming, hasn't it, from the 1st of October, where you've got to show your vaccine passport or something?
Something like that. Darren wants Jose Mourinho as manager. Give him money to spend. He will win trophies.
But you know what it is? I've changed my mind since yesterday. You know how I said I wanted him like now? I don't. I think maybe 2-3 years. Get him in
then, man.
What?
He's getting on a bit, you know.
Oh, no, he's not. But that's what I think now. I've changed my mind. I've thought about it.
Yeah, well, I saw a great tweet today. Someone said, I'm going to get a shirt, and on the back, I'm going to put like where her name is. Instead of having a name, it's going to put whoever the fuck I want.
Can you imagine some people are going to start getting like Simon Jordan is a bell end and all of this kind of stuff on the back of the shirts?
Did you see the TalkSport thing with him today when he admitted he was wrong?
Yeah, but he backtracked, didn't he? He said he was misquoted, which I found pathetic.
But it was sweet though.
No quote, Steve Bruce.
He wasn't misquoted that day when he really attacked Amanda on TalkSport when she came on. And he absolutely ripped her to shreds and he belittled her. It was absolutely appalling to watch.
But to be fair though, she did stand her own. She was like, "Oh hell no, Simon."
Oh yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I just thought he was really condescending that day, and he should have.
Because he's a prick.
Yeah.
Joe Willock spoken. Newcastle fans deserve it. A new start, a new beginning together as one.
Come on, you Maggies.
Come on, you Maggies. Elspeth NUFC, thank you for the 2 super chats of £4.49. I really do appreciate that. She made one at 10:07 and one at 10:08, so thank you very much for that.
That's lovely.
All the players are now quoting. They've got all these players coming on.
There's a surprise.
Enjoy your cans, lads. Isaac Hayden said.
Nice.
Brilliant. Fantastic.
I mean, it's nice that they're coming out and saying that, but I think deep down they're all thinking, right, how long have we got left here? We have to do something. Mark says, can you buy Winks, please? Harry Winks.
No, we're above Winks at the minute. Sorry.
Yeah.
Newcastle fans have no shame. What was that?
Who said that?
Oh, hell no. Listen.
None at all.
Shame. We've had plenty of bloody shame. We've got none now.
We have no shame. Richer than you.
Saudi mags. Newcastle United. Jason says, how can you have so much money compared to others running clubs is ridiculous.
Oh, well.
Yeah, it's a real shame, isn't it?
We've got loads.
Newcastle will be the next oil club.
Yes,
Do we give a shit? No, we don't.
Care. No.
Go on, throw the insults at us. We don't care today. You know what I mean?
Come in.
Exactly. Lend us a tenner, lads, says Ola. Justice for Gateshead. What the hell, studio? What striker should we buy?
All of them.
Let's just say, right, you know.
Do you know what? Anyone who can score a bloody goal. Like,
well, that's true.
Care.
But next summer, for instance, right? Who would you realistically want to go for? I mean, I know there's Mbappe's and everything in the world, but
are we in the Premier League or in the Championship, though?
God, no, let's not even talk about being the Championship. You know. Right. This is a good one as well. How does it feel to be called Oilcastle United from now on?
Bloody brilliant.
No problem.
Auf Wiedersehen, Petrol.
Auf Wiedersehen, Petrol. Get in.
That's brilliant. Going to make a hell of a Twitter name for someone. Someone's going to have to coin that soon.
Auf Wiedersehen, Petrol.
I've just made that one up.
Hey, Billy, that's class off the top of your head. With FFP, Newcastle will be under the microscope. Not for the first 3 years. Get that into your heads, man. We have spent so little money that FFP won't touch us for 3 years.
Exactly.
So we can spend what we want. Honestly, man. Amanda, I can make a mean brew. That's definitely Steve Bruce quote. Wolves' planet Earth is just big football and all of the stuff's that reason secondary. Exactly. Mm-hmm. Conte would give our players a well-needed kick up the arse.
Damn right.
Definitely.
CFC Florida, thank you again for another £10 super chat. Very, very kind. EFF, all the haters trying to crap on Newcastle's parade today. Party on you, Geordies.
Damn right. We'll be partying forever now. That's
Damn
it.
right. Paul says Bruce hasn't just been shit for us. He's been shit for every single club he's managed. Stats are fucking abysmal. Yeah, exactly.
Worst manager in Premier League history.
Oh,
absolutely.
I like this question.
Stats prove that.
Danielle, do you want to answer that one? Do you think Rafa would come back?
No. You know why, right? And listen, it's with a heavy heart, right? But he's a man of his word, isn't he? So if he signed a contract, he's not going to break the contract. But I would love him to, though. I would love him to just sit in the dugout, right? Take his glasses off, fold them up and put in his pocket just one more time. That's all I want.
Guys, I think this Paul Ndubi, whoever he is very, very bitter. He's very bitter, guys.
Oh, lovely. My favourite kind.
Strange feeling when you have lots of money, you think you can buy your way out of everything.
Yes, we can and we will.
Unfortunately, that's how money works in the world.
Exactly. Elspeth, Paul, the donation is because I have been ashamedly been a viewer before tonight when I should have been proud, but now I'm so thankful. You've got me through many a dark day.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Oh, lovely.
That's very kind. Thank you. See, it's comments like that keep you going, knowing you're doing a good job. It's nice. So thank you very much.
No, Charlie Austin, no.
Charlie Austin?
Yeah,
he's retired, hasn't he? He's still playing.
He's a QBR, I think. He's still, but he's a sub QBR.
He must be, 36, 37-year-old now.
CR7, good evening, Cristiano. I hope you're well. The most Arabic people will be fans of Newcastle. Good. If we get Conte, he could look to bring in a player from Inter. Look, I think he'd have a range of players to bring in. Madison of Leicester City, there's a good shout. I really like him.
Yes.
It's players like that you're going to have to go for. They're on the fringes of these teams for whatever reason.
Look, I told you all, man. Let's just go and get them all. Anyone that's out of contract who's not in favour.
Thank God.
Danielle's away, isn't she? I mean, God, give the lass some champagne. She's away. Sign everybody.
I'll tell you, I'll sign the whole lot.
I can see that. Christopher, thanks very much for your £5 super chat, mate. Christopher Hudson, thank you. Very, very kind. Judy says, Paul, I'm delighted. Oil me up. Smee me like a seagull by a BP oil spill.
God.
Like petroleum. I'm at my best when I'm crude.
Oh, bless her.
Judy.
Oh, Judy's class, Ben. Judy's a regular on my show. She's brilliant. She's absolutely superb, some of the comments that she comes out with. Nice. Not football no more, just money, says Jason.
Yes,
that's right.
Does anybody want to convert that?
Nah.
I think it's Spanish. Hola, su Brasilio, toco. I think basically saying, I love Newcastle United. I live in Brazil, up Manda Staveley. Kind of along them lines. At least
I guess so.
Simon Jordan on TalkSport having to admit he was wrong. What a prick.
I
just like the way he said he was misquoted. I mean, how can he be misquoted on the fucking radio? I mean, you know what I mean? It's there for all.
But you can imagine him coming to work, can't you? And this morning and go, gotta go on air. Do you know what I mean? Like, he would have known what was coming.
Jordan's just a bit of an idiot, isn't he? I don't think there actually is an agenda there with Simon Jordan. I just think he's a bit of a, I don't know, he's a bit sick, isn't he? You know, I don't know.
But that's his job, though, isn't it? Let's be honest. His job is to create tension, isn't it, and create argument. That's his job.
Like we said last night, that whole channel is designed to provoke and boil your blood pressure and infuriate you. That's how they make money.
There's only
it's like get your pressure up and go, right, I'm phone them up. £6 a minute. Yes, I'm telling you now.
That's what he's doing it.
Exactly what it is. That's what it's for.
Yeah.
But Morgul says, Cook Miners, we can now build in potential. We had a chance to get Van Dijk from Celtic for £6 million and Ashley didn't sanction the deal.
Of course he didn't.
Olivier Giroud would be a good sight. I've always been a fan of him, but I think he's over the hill now.
No.
Danielle.
Because he said he didn't want to come here. He said he didn't want to come here. So guess what? Your cards are marked, darling. See you later.
Yes. Under Mike Ashley, Danielle. But things are different
guess what? There's plenty more where he came from.
We have all the oil money now. Oil everybody
that's
up.
Exactly right. I don't want him.
Paul says, honestly, why do people comment when they have no clue about what's been going on here and on and off the pitch? It boils my piss. Let them get on with it. It's funny, actually, laughing at them now, because now it's all official and confirmed. It's funny. Bruce is living on a different planet to us Toon fans if he thinks all of a sudden he thinks he'll do a good job under new owners. Exactly. Anyone know if the Sports Direct signs will be taken down? Hey, I think they'll be done for the Tottenham game. And how beautiful will that stadium look without that? I mean, just fantastic. Flash, thank you very much for the $5 super chat. New plastic fans. I used to run away from school to watch Newcastle games. There you go. Don't worry about it. I mean, it will look very, very strange.
As opposed to Adam Johnson, who used to run away from Newcastle games to watch school.
Oh, controversial. Love it. I'm here for it.
We're off the air.
His viewers have just dropped. He's got 200 left.
Jesus Christ!
I'm going to stop. I'm going to try something.
Is anyone still there?
CFC Florida's just donated another $5. Thank you very much. Love you all. Injecting all this hate straight into your veins. Other football clubs fans are obviously very nervous. Ha ha ha.
Yeah, they are.
Exactly. I think that's a Chelsea fan as well. Florida CFC. I'm thinking it is anyway. But how gorgeous, guys, is St. James's Park going to look with no Sports Direct advertising?
It's going to be
lush. A lick of paint, all the dead pigeons removed.
Well, I think we should keep the. the Gallagher pigeon there. You know, I mean, whoever that is. You know, it might be Staveley for all we know.
We could stuff it and put it in the trophy cabinet, which we're going to need to make room in. Well,
alongside the Premier League trophies, the Champions League trophies, the FA Cups. Is it stirring you up, the haters? Paul's back again, guys. From the next ball kicked, any success by Newcastle is bought.
Well, look at any other club in the country.
Please come by Dembele and Coutinho. Well, I wouldn't say no to them, to be fair.
Me neither.
Elspeth, thank you again for another £4.49. Thank you so much. Your generosity is lovely. Thank you. Coutinho might be a decent signing, guys.
Mm-hmm.
How old's he now? Got to be 30. Got to be 30, hasn't he?
29, 30, something like that, I think.
Great player, mind.
Shame he hasn't had a great last couple of years because he was a brilliant player at Liverpool.
Yeah.
That's obviously an Arsenal fan highly disagreeing with me there. So be it. Carl, I went to the box office today to move seats. It's went up from £70 a month in the family end to 130. But in the Leazes End corner, 3 rows up from the pitch. So fuck it, why not? Listen, if you've got to do it, you know what I mean? But I'm just so happy I got my season ticket back again. When I did, so you became a member today, didn't you, Ben?
Yeah. I was just going to say, I used to be a member. I missed. I let my membership run out at the beginning of last season, so I've had like a season. Well, basically when COVID hit, obviously I didn't buy it then. I don't think you could buy it then. But luckily today, I just had to log in and I just had to renew it rather than buy a fresh one. And just went straight to the front of the queue, renewed it. Because I don't know what the crack is. I mean, I know the season tickets were like, they were there, then they weren't there, and then they were there, but people, when they got to the end, couldn't buy them. And I think there's going to be a lot of hassle with them over the next few weeks, but at least I feel good knowing that I'm a member again. And I know they are going to keep some seats back regardless for the members. And hopefully, if you're fast enough, you will still get a ticket. So I'm quite happy I managed to get in there. It was about 10 o'clock when I signed back up for the membership, and I thought, if I left it much later, I reckon I don't know if it's still even available now, but I think I did well to get in when I did. You know, I just want to be a part of the club again, man. I just want to be able to go when I can. You know, I work some weekends, but I want to go and just have a good time, man. Like, I mean, even a few years ago, we were having a good time on the Rafa. You know, the train from Durham was packed. Everyone was buzzing. We were loving it. Yeah. And we weren't even that great. We only finished 10th or what have you, but it was fantastic. I just want fun times again, you know, and I think we're going to get a bit more. If I'm truthful, I think it's going to be more than just a bit fun. I think success is not far away now. I really do believe
it's going to be unreal for us. I mean, some fans have only known Mike Ashley area. You know what I mean? It's absolutely bizarre. Tony says Chad means alpha male.
Oh,
so I'm an alpha male.
So it's a compliment.
Then KY says Chad is also a country in the Middle East. I thought I'd heard of it, but what's a Chad? Tom says it's Chava, not Chav. Tom, stop talking proper England.
No, it's a Chav.
He's from Northeast.
Tony says it's actually a compliment. It's a compliment, guys. So I will take it. Owen could be first execution. Oh, Jesus Christ, that's going to wind the stirrers up even more, isn't it?
God.
Saying things like that. Holy shit. That's so hypocritical to say give Arteta a chance than Bruce. They are both shit.
Oh,
come on, man. They're in different freaking leagues, man.
We?
Honestly. Jesus Christ. Will Saudi bring a huge sponsor like PSG owner did? Look, Aramco will be around. I'm certain of that. They'll be certainly taking over some of the Sports Direct posters, I would imagine.
I wonder if Fun 88 will be bought out because being a gambling country, obviously Saudi can't touch that, can they?
Yeah, no.
So maybe they'll buy them out straight away.
It's going to be a funny one, because they're going to be obsolete at the end of this season anyway, because they're not going to have any gambling in football, are they, anymore? So, that's interesting.
Elspeth says, Toon Review kept me going, quality to all. Maybe John for Celtic too, but we won't mention that to him. Sean Dyche with a Chelsea badge, so I don't think it's the Sean Dyche. Congrats, lads. Good times never seemed so good. Go crazy, man. Why are you guys so silent? Go crazy. Oh, we're not silent, matey. If you've seen St. James's Park tonight and probably tomorrow, especially when me and Ben are there, when the rabble turns up, that's when it party time with me and Ben walk up there tomorrow.
If anyone wants to join us, I'll be there about 11, hopefully around then, maybe a bit later. But
are you getting the train?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
From Durham?
Yeah.
Right. Well, I only live 2 miles away from there, so if you tell us what time you're getting the train, I'll get the same train.
All right.
I'll just meet you at the station, mate. Sorted. There you go. John Stones, Tielemans, and Tammy Abraham. I don't think Abraham will leave Roma at the moment. He's on fire for them at the minute.
Yeah, he is.
Please don't take Sir Les, says Richard QPR.
Oh, we're taking him.
We've already took Jamie.
Stick it right in, Danielle. Just stick it right in.
He's already on his way.
You can see it coming, can't you?
100%.
Yeah. Tom says, Hamza Chowdhury, would you take him? Not now.
Not anymore.
Missed that chance.
Nah.
A Bruce montage. No, thank you very much.
That's exactly what we need. We need like a review of the Bruce time.
Oh,
that's what we need.
Really?
Oh, come on, man. You do need it.
Well, I may do it recorded, but if I do it live, Danielle, as the new co-host, you have to be on the same show. So I'll depress the shit out of you and all.
I thought you were trying to gain viewers, not lose them.
I know, Christ. Watty in New Zealand, I believe, $5 super chat. Wow. My father passed away recently. This was a blessing from the heavens after the last 14 years of Ashley's stewardship. What a day for us, Geordies. Toon. Thanks, mate. Sorry to hear about your dad. But like you say, he'll be looking down happy as Larry as well. So that's a good thing. Paul, I think you should do a review of all the toll roads in Britain. Piss off. Genuinely. Generally buzzing for the Newcastle fans. You've had enough crap over the years. It's about time you got some good news. Best for the future from a United fan. Thank you very much.
Excuse me, we're United. We are the United now.
We're the only United now.
Oh, you know, being nice. I spent all night last night saying how nice it was for other fans to come forward and say congratulations and stuff. He's just done that as a Man United fan, and all you've done is throttle him for it.
Well, it's a different kettle of fish now. We've got no owners. We don't have that tonight.
Oh, so I can see where our heads are starting to go now. We are top of the tree now and belittle all the peasants below us, kind of thing. Tony says, "Someone run me an oil bath. It's raining £50 notes, baby."
Yes, it is.
Van der Beek again. I mean, Ben, what do you make of Van der Beek? Do you think you could do a job here?
I didn't actually see much of him. Where was he at Ajax? Was he before he came here? To Man United. Was it Ajax or PS?
Ajax, yeah.
Yeah. I didn't see that much of him, but I heard he was a very talented player. And to obviously sign for Man United, you're going to have to be a good player. So I think he's been very underused. I'm not quite sure. He doesn't seem to be getting a chance. It's not as if they're trying to integrate them slowly. It just seems to have been frozen out. Like there's something either we're not seeing in training, or it's been a problem with Ollie or something. But I would. He's the type of player that we could take him on loan in January. Just we don't even have to buy him outright. He's the type of player that just come and join us 6 months, see how it goes, and maybe buy him in the summer or something like that.
Oh yeah,
he's a much better player than Fred or McTominay. Let's be honest about it.
But we don't need loans anymore, really, do we?
No.
I think we've seen enough of loans to last us a lifetime.
Yeah. Malcolm says we need to see Paul in a Kefir, Dish, Dash, and Agal. What are they?
Is that the Arabic?
Is that what I had around my head at the start of the tower?
Could be.
Yeah, probably.
I think that's the pot. I think the Kefir. That's what it is. Last night when you couldn't think of it and you called it something else.
Turban.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, all my Saudi Arabian fans. I stand corrected on that.
I think that's what it is, if I remember rightly. Or that might be the robe. I'm not sure, but I think it's the head dress.
Yeah, fair enough. There's a street in Saudi Arabia which translates in English to Alan Shearer Street. Yes, there does. Somebody's got a photo on Twitter somewhere of it.
Yeah.
I think that's absolute quality. Saudi Airways are going to be the new sponsor. Yeah, well, they are. I don't know whether they're going to call that, but we'll see. SC says, I'd love Conte and 4 or 5 signing into January to ensure our survival. One marquee signing. It won't be called St. James's for much longer, my friends. We'll see about that, won't we?
We'll see.
They're not going to make that mistake again. That's for sure.
You see, I don't think it's a mistake as long as they talk about it. And say, this is what we're going to do. This is why we're
going to get the fans' input. They're not just going to do anything.
I think if it moved, if you got a new stadium, people would accept it. They would. No one would ever accept the actual stadium to be renamed anything but St. James's, unless it was a new stadium. That's what I believe, anyway.
Yeah. Arma says, "Love you all, Newcastle fans from the Saudi Kingdom." Good evening, everybody. Score predictions for the Tottenham game. It's not next week. We're not doing the score predictions yet until we know what manager we're going to. Really, Danielle?
Yeah.
I see you've gone onto the Pepsi now.
I've got work tomorrow,
Rangers fan here. So happy you got rid of Ashley. Thank you. Fazil, I'm a Man United fan. You deserve this takeover. Thanks, buddy. Don't you dare say anything back to him, guys.
No.
He's been nice. Saudi gain Newcastle fans the ultimate weapon against trolls. Yeah. It's funny though, because when Chelsea and City were doing it like Newcastle fans slagging these teams off, now it's acceptable because it's them now doing it.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yeah, we were.
Couldn't agree more.
Now we are part of.
We're higher. We're
higher up now, and we bloody love it.
The big
What's it gonna do when Newcastle United come crashing on you? Anyway, Dave says, Judy, can you ask Paul? I'm not getting anybody on the show, Dave. I'll be doing a fan forum, and you're welcome to come on there, buddy. Michael says, not just good news for the team, amazing news for the economy of the Northeast. But what do you think we will be buying big in the next transfer window? Or who? Listen. Oh, my God. Geordie says Phil Jones and Fred are available. No, thank you. No. Sign David Silva.
No.
I just had a message there from my mum and my family saying they're watching me.
Oh, they're really?
Hi, Viv. How you doing? And Tony and Johnny, how you doing?
Good evening, Ben's family.
Evening, Ben's family.
Love to you all. Eddie Howe or Stephen Gerrard, I would welcome to the club. Stevie Gerrard, I think, would. What's going to happen with the new manager, though, guys, is when we sort of approach these people, the likes of whoever it may be, they're going to be interested because not just for the money, but they're going to have a monumental opportunity to bring Newcastle up from the ashes and be the first manager since 1969 to bring success and trophies to St. James's. That is going to be massive. They will become legends on Tyneside, won't they?
They will. Instantaneously, it's going to be amazing.
Hero worship, wouldn't it? It'll be hero worship.
Absolutely.
Crazy.
Definitely.
We hero worship people haven't bought us trophies, don't we? So, Kenny Keegan's a hero.
Exactly.
He's more than a hero. So anyone who brings a trophy.
Exactly. Level Up Rob says, well, we haven't spent any money for 14 years, so we should be allowed to get the wallet out. Exactly, mate.
Exactly.
Elspeth says, do you have a membership to the channel? No, but I am thinking about that now because obviously the subscribers are growing and a membership. I could do sort of separate videos for members and things like that, or a few incentives. So I'm thinking about doing that. But, I don't want to sort of rip people out of money or stuff. But like I say, this is my full-time job. I do this all the time now. So, you know, I have to think of ways of making money, basically.
Paul, there's going to be so many new opportunities for you for different shows now that this is taking off, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like I say, one of my ideas, what you could do is get lads on and lasses too that want to discuss tactics. We're actually going to have a manager, hopefully, that knows how to actually, you know, tactically set up and different formations and, you know, things like that. We're going to be able to get in-depth discussions about that, which we haven't been able to do for forever, it seems, you know. So shows like that, I think they will go down a treat. I mean, there's a lot of new Twitter accounts actually up and running these days that actually just purely just analyse. I know Edit Kev, he's just done the is it the YI? I can't remember its name exactly, but it's
I think I've seen it. Yeah,
it's a really good in-depth thing, like stuff like that, where you're analysing different formations, and I think that could be awesome. You know, something like that.
Well, like I say, I could do a membership to the channel and put things like that on for members and stuff. Yeah, there's a whole.
We're going to have
the world is our oyster now. You know what I mean? It's it really is. Dembele and Adam Traore to play up top with Maxi. Phew, what a front three that would be.
It would be amazing.
Traore would have to improve for me his final ball, but then again, Maxi sort of does as well. So, but can you imagine Maxi and Traore on each wing? Jesus Christ. Out of interest, as I'm new here, what is the £6.10 about? Thank you, Pocket Money. Please do subscribe to the channel if you are new here. The £6.10, I'll quickly go over it. Went to Wolves on Saturday, went on the M6 toll, didn't realise how much it was, pulled up to pay. Was expecting it to be something similar to the Tyne Tunnel up here, which is like £1.80, and it took £6.10 off me for driving 4 miles on a tarmac road. I was absolutely astounded. I'm very bitter about it to this very day. So I am, Billy, yes. I was even more bitter when you said to me the other night that you could have told us the directions to your house before I went.
You know what they say? Listen, I thought about texting and thought, come and get a bacon sandwich, cup of tea.
Yeah,
and they say it's the thought that counts, don't they?
It is the thought that counts. Yeah.
So instead, I get absolutely drenched walking to the bloody stadium, and then end up in Asda for an hour eating a bag of chips when I could have been at yours in the warmth, having a cup of tea and a bacon buddy.
Yeah,
unbelievable.
Do you know, I should have. That was wrong of me, actually. Sorry.
It was after the £6.10 bill. Jude Bellingham, there's a good shout.
Yeah.
Brilliant shout. That's
he would be a dream signing. That kid, for 18 years old, what he's achieved so far, that is like one of the best signings we could possibly make. He's a brilliant player.
I agree. He's going to be a proper world star.
Yeah, superstar for over a decade. He's going to be at the top of his game. He's going to win. Like I said, I put a tweet out a few weeks back. Jude Bellingham will win us the World Cup. And I actually really believe that if he starts to be integrated into this team now, by next summer, that kid could boss midfield and win you games.
Definitely.
Couldn't agree more.
There's a good shout. Ward-Prowse as well.
Yes.
Definitely.
I really think he's a talented player.
Because we don't have a set-piece taker in the squad. Shelby's shit, Richie's shit, everyone else is crap. And they're the two best ones, and they're shit. So we need a set-piece taker in January. And that'll give you 10 goals a season. You know, a few free kicks and a few corners. It's disgraceful how we haven't got a set piece taker. It shouldn't be happening in the top flight football club.
Without a doubt. This is a good. This should be a good tattoo. This, you know, this takeover is deader than a dead thing from the dead land. Can you imagine having a tattoo like that and then a Newcastle badge underneath? Absolutely superb. Recipe for jam, £5. Thank you very much. I owe you £1.10, mate. It's never going away. It's never going away.
No,
it's something I'm going to have to live with. Yep, same experience with membership. It seems to be classed as a renewal if you were there in the last 12 months, which is decent at last.
Yeah.
Welcome to the title race, says Eric. Not yet, mate. Not yet.
Not yet.
Billy Sharp would be a good sign. Billy Sharp, he's about 41, isn't he?
No.
He is retired. I'm sure he is. I read that.
No, he's still, Billy Sharp's still going for Sheffield United, but he's like, bring in Haaland and Zlatan. Zlatan, Jesus Christ.
Haaland.
El Pistolori is fantastic, but how much time? Don't know. How many fans are you getting at home games at the moment? 50,000. Nigh on, pretty much. So there's going to be it's going to be full against Spurs, isn't it? Just for the atmosphere.
Yeah.
Sam says he's smugger than a smug thing in Smugland.
Good for you, Sam.
Yeah. Guys, we've got about 20 minutes left of the show tonight because we're not going on over 2 hours tonight. It's many people will probably be wanting to sleep eventually tonight. Now we know it's all going through. So you've got 20 minutes if you want to hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you. And if you do want to donate, like so many people have kindly done tonight, hit that super chat button at the bottom of the live comments, and that'll take you through that way. So thank you again in advance for that. Marcus Rashford would be a cracking signing for us, says Tom.
Yeah, another great player. Ultimately, soon, maybe not quite yet, but ultimately within a few months and maybe a couple of years, maybe a year, I don't know, but we're going to be able to take our pick. It might happen straight away, but it probably won't. But in a few months' time, in a year or so's time, it doesn't really matter. Like, we're saying, oh, they might be out of our reach, and we keep forgetting that we're the richest club in the world. That's the stat. And ultimately, we're going to be able to afford anyone we want. And it's like, it's insane to think about. Like, we're actually discussing, like, oh, what about Zlatan or Haaland or, you know what I mean? Like, and it's still taken as a bit of a joke, but we can actually now afford their wages and transfer fees.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
It's not that weird anymore.
Seamus makes a good point there. Do you think our kits will still be Castoria next season?
I do, yeah. I think they're part of the deal. I think they were part of the deal when they came in at the beginning of the summer.
Maybe.
I agree, Bill. I think that was part of it. Even the slogan in the summer was like "New Start," something like that. Was it "New Start, New Kit"? Well, I forget what it was now, but it was something like that. And everyone was like, "What New Start? It's the same shit, different season." Is my logo says. But I'm gonna have to get a new banner. By the way, I can't have that in anymore. Same shit, different season.
No, exactly.
I'm gonna have to.
It's been a few years.
I'm gonna have to
keep winning the league over and over again.
I might get two polls on the job and see if we can find a new slogan or something like that.
Joe says, just got back from St. James's Park. It was mental. Brilliant. Well done, matey. Joe says, Newcastle fan from Canada here. So happy to see the takeover finally go through. Zlatan, just for the quotes, should be the first transfer. Can you imagine? Can you imagine the lovely things he'd say about Sunderland?
I know.
It's so funny. Mo Salah's name has been kicked around a lot today on social media, obviously because his contract's up at the end of the season. Would you take more pay? No. He's not my kind of player. Jack from Bristol, good evening. Met him at the Leeds game. He came up with his Joe Linton shirt on with his partner. But now he says, Paul, I'm going to burn the Joe Linton shirt and get Mbappe. Keep up the good work. I'll be up for the Chelsea game. Today is a special day. Thank you, mate. And finally doing the decent thing and doing what I've asked and burning the Joe Linton shirt. So well done to that. Even though your missus distinctly told me that it was getting done the day after you'd been up to the northeast for the Leeds game. So
2 minutes.
Yeah, no bother, Bill. There's lots of weak bladders tonight. I definitely think so. As a Liverpool fan, guys and girls, I just wish to say I am really happy for you all. You lovely Geordie folk, get in. Hope to see all you back at Anfield soon, bouncing up and down like no tomorrow. Thank you very much. There's proper supporters for you. There's a proper football fan. I was told that the Gerrard rumours are circulating now. Haven't seen any myself. Would you take as a manager?
I would. I've seen him at Rangers and he looks very, very inspirational, just like he did at Liverpool. I would take him. Basically, is he an upgrade on Bruce? Yeah, let's.
Well, the bin man's an upgrade on Bruce.
Yeah, exactly.
Bin man.
Yeah, I would take Gerrard. I like Stevie G. I think he's got a good good skill set. Good, got a lot about him.
Yeah, Sweet World says Saudi is happy with the takeover. The official channel in Saudi is celebrating.
Mint.
There you go. Brian says, US Toon fan since 2009. So happy for you long-time fans. How are the lads? Would you want to see Newcastle get a stadium extension or a new stadium?
It's a tough one. Tough one. I think the split would be about 50-50. A lot of people would just love I mean, I would like a new stadium like Spurs. I've seen virtual tours. I've never been to the ground, but I've seen a virtual tour, and to go to somewhere like that stadium is incredible. I would love something like that, but at the same time, I want to experience at least some time at St James's Park under this new regime, which I think we are obviously going to.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It could work out great. We could do 5 years here at St James's Park while we develop a new stadium, and we could get the best of both. A few years here, say goodbye, and then off to the new one. But I don't know. I think they might extend it somehow. I don't know how, but I think they might just extend it and just have that as the hub. I also would love it if they bought the land back from this developer that started building on Strawberry Place. I don't know how far ahead that is because I haven't been to many matches for a little while now, so I haven't seen the progress. But if we can just kind of get in there, buy that off, and then have that as like a fan zone, so you go, it's the whole day out for the kids, like all these other new stadiums, they're all built with like little fan zones and all interactive things going on for the whole family all around. And we're just going to be surrounded by office blocks if we let this building monstrosity go ahead, So we need to stop it. We need to stop it.
Gemma, I don't really like this comment. Why doesn't Paul do a spin-off of Toon Review called the Tour Review after those away games? Notifications, Gemma. Notifications. No, quite frankly. Brent says Jean Black, Sergio Ramos, Erling Haaland, Kylian Mbappe, and of course Alphonso Davies. That would be a nice start. Jesus Christ.
Just a bit.
I think Ramos is too old, though,
yeah. Would you take Morpay? Also love the channel. Cheers, Seamus. No, I don't think I would. He's not quite the... I'm not saying he's not a bad... He's not a decent player, but he's not kind of the player that we are looking for right now.
I'll take Basuma from midfield from them.
Yeah, definitely.
Brilliant player.
Does anybody know who the Brighton player is that got arrested, by the way?
Yeah, he was in a bit of bother yesterday.
Is that him, was it?
Yeah, it was sexual assault, apparently.
Yeah, I forgot I said that then.
I think he's in deep trouble, I think.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, yeah.
It is alleged, yeah, but we'll see.
Yeah.
But he is a good player, regardless of what.
Another player.
Yeah. Sky is the new ceiling for Newcastle. Damn right it is. Damn right.
Higher than that.
Mike Ashley has spoken. Here is what he said. And then there's nothing.
That's more casual over.
Yeah,
exactly. Sounds about right.
Tangy says he mentioned Shevchenko after the Euros. Good young manager. Ben is catching the 6:10 from Durham tomorrow. Oh, God almighty, man. Premier Purity says, you are richer than PSG. Just let that sink in. You are a giant now. Biggest takeover in history. It is. But I kind of get my sodden head around it.
I can't.
It's going to take a long time to sink in.
You know what? When I went to St James's as a kid, when I used to stand in the Gallagher end with my dad, and he used to walk up those steps, up the grassy hills and stuff like that, with outside toilets stinking. I can still smell them now.
Yeah, they were right, weren't they?
Yeah, and watching some dross, not the dross. Well, maybe just those 80s teams were up and down. They were good one season, relegated the next. It was a bit of a funny time, but we saw some wonderful players as well. But never in my wildest dreams would I have ever thought that Newcastle United would become the richest, biggest club in the world. Never, ever dreamt it.
I had a really kind of, I don't know what the word is, nostalgic or melancholy thought today, and I was thinking of all the fans that's ever lived, past, present, and into the future as well. But like mainly the fans from the past, what they would think if they could see this now. I'm on about people that lived in it's quite a profound thing to think about, but like 1910s and like the late 1800s and the club, or the 1940s and 50s. If someone could go back in time and tell these, some of them were just like, just young kids,
it's
or
bizarre.
From miners, they were coming out from the mines and just like going to the game on the weekend. And if you could just whiz back in time and just say, in about 100 years' time, we're going to be the richest club in the world, owned by an Arabic, country, which really
can you imagine though? I mean, it won't sink in really until we see like players being signed that we never would have been linked with a club and stuff like that. And it's going to take so many months to sink in that all of this really, because you know we've been so downbeat for 15 years, and then like I say, when you know me and Danielle hosted the fan forum on Tuesday, everyone that was on there was just so downbeat. It was like, you know, where is this club going apart from down? If we go out of the Premier League, we're never coming back for a good few seasons. We're going to do a Leeds United. And then within 48 hours, we're now the richest club in the world. I do not understand.
Unbelievable. It is unbelievable.
To be fair, Daniel and I were positive about the takeover happening there, weren't we, Danielle?
100%.
Oh, of course you were. Aye. I remember you. Yeah, okay.
We said the cap days would break it. I mean, and it did, really.
Yeah, but you didn't exactly expect it in 48 hours to be sitting here now.
No, I didn't think it'd be 2 days.
I was thinking maybe like, you know, New Year, whatever.
6 weeks, perhaps. Yeah.
It seems to have snowballed really fast from you know, we heard nothing when they released that statement a few months ago saying that they weren't like they were going to put the arbitration on hold, and then everything just seemed to die down. Complete radio silence, nothing until that cat case last week, and then after that cat case, it seems like that to me. It seems like that sparked something, and 100%. I don't know if an argument was made where the Premier League thought this is not going to go our way, this, and it just seems that's just what I believe in. Like I say, I know a few of other people believe it too. It just seems to have sparked something, and since last week, it's just snowballed. They seem to have got their heads together, sorted everything, piracy, separation. Like I say, I don't think it's a coincidence that both piracy and separation were both supposedly sorted on the same day. I think that's ludicrous to think that that's just a coincidence. Something's been discussed. You know, I just, it's all just come together. And it snowballed really, really, really quickly. I think it's caught everyone off guard.
Nobody was expecting this. No Newcastle fan.
No
not
way.
in a million years.
No way.
Malcolm says, is it true that they are renaming the road the M6.10 toll? No. Jesus Christ. Dave Harrison says, how does the bacon, did you say? Oh, it's off. It's off. He won't be like the taste of bacon. What about Ross Barkley?
No. He's nowhere near the player that we're going to be targeting. Attitudes off. Forms off. No.
Yeah. Sheena says, good on you, Paul, and you're a credit to the Toon. Plus talked about your health issues. My granddaughter is anorexic, age 15, and people like you have helped others realise it's not a taboo. Oh, thank you. Thanks, Sheena.
That's nice.
Very kind.
Awesome.
CFSA Florida's donated another $5. Thanks for the evening. Enjoy, subscribe, and we'll be seeing you more often. Thanks, buddy.
Oh, amazing.
Sign Haaland. There are many, many, many NUFC fans in Greece because of Dabby's ass. Cheers from Greece up the Toon, says Sakis. Thank you very much.
Great,
there is definitely. I went on honeymoon now, and because they love me because I'm a Newcastle top. They absolutely treated me like I was a king. They do. They love Newcastle there.
Hey, I tell you, next time we go to Greece, I'm going to put my Newcastle top on. Calvin Phillips. Now he's been mentioned a lot in the press, actually. So yeah, no bother, Sheena. By Ronaldo, says Abdita.
All right, I can't stand his face.
What about Calvin Phillips, Ben?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the type of player that we need. Somebody who is young, energetic, extremely talented. He's going to have a high price tag, but that to me that is the signing that we're going to be going for. Somebody that knows like he'll know the club, he'll know the crack, he'll know what's going on here, and he'll maybe think, this is the time to join them. You know, like if I ever want to go, I'm going to be first through the door. You know, something like that.
Yeah, or Declan Rice, or not. Even he'd be a good.
Again, we should look. This is just. I'll quickly say this about England internationals. That is something we should look to do. Really have a spine of the team made up of these up and coming. I mean, the New England, like the England squad at the minute, is absolutely amazing. The talent we've got packed in there, and the people we have to leave out of each squad is unreal. But Rice and Phillips, you could sign them both on a 5-6 year deal, and they'd have the bulk of the careers, the peak of the careers at Newcastle United. That would be amazing. They could dominate games. You'd win titles with that. You'd win cups. You know.
Yeah. Troll says Steve Bruce will be sacked tomorrow at 6:10.
Oh God.
Oh dear. I support shifting the capital from London to Newcastle. Big supporter from Saudi. Good to have you, man. Good to have you. I'm an NUFC fan, and my worst nightmare is fake fans. Well, we're going to get plenty of them. They'll start crawling out from under the rocks.
Mm-hmm.
Saudis need to invest in the training ground. I'm sure they will. I'm sure they'll take one look around there and think, God, you going on Adam's show? I don't know when Adam's show is, mate. I'll have to check when I come off. January the 1st. It's basically when NUFC can sign new players. Is there any? Well, we can't actually go for free agents either, can we? Because the squad's full.
Yeah, somebody mentioned that today because Watford have signed that centre back he's quite good actually. A couple of years ago, I forget his name, but he was on a free. But they had space in the squad, and we haven't. We've filled it up with bloody 4 goalkeepers.
Don't
get me started on that.
Yeah, well, I mean. We all knew that was coming, didn't we? We all knew he was going to sign. He was going to put 4 goalkeepers in the squad, and unfortunately, it's come back to bite us in the arse now because
we can afford to release Gillespie now, can't we? Pay Gillespie's contract off and release Gillespie. Pay his contract off.
Jesus Christ!
Pay his contract off, and then there's a spot there, then, isn't there?
Yeah.
It's interesting, if you can do stuff like that. I don't know if you can, but I'd love to know if you could pay someone's contract off midway through the season. And
you do it, man.
On a free. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know.
Super chat doesn't work in Saudi YouTube. Sorry. Well, if you don't want to, if you can't super chat, I do have a PayPal address you can donate to the channel as well. It's on the screen now. So if you want to go to just follow that. Go to that website, and you can donate through there as well. Danielle, please tell Chippers to stop messaging you and stop being a bell end.
Listen, I'm just your PA, so I just respond to your messages as and when.
Is Chippers still at work, or is he finished now?
No, he's finished now, but we're finished in 8 minutes time, so it's I'm not bringing anyone on tonight. It's not a fan forum. Vardy would be good with Maxi. De Beek, Jimenez, and Haaland in January will start the revolution. The revolution. There you go.
Well, the revolution, definitely.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's incredible. Patrick Schick says North Korea album.
Oh, yeah. Scotland's favourite player.
Another good player. good target man. Very good player.
You guys are not a British club anymore.
Okay, hon.
Yes, we are.
We are. God damn it, we are. Hi, Paul. Up the Toon Army. Get in. Awesome news. As a City fan, all I can say is enjoy the ride. Cheers, buddy.
Absolutely.
Hello from Saudi. Wishing you all the best. And to you, my friend. Would you take Declan Rice?
Easily.
I would.
That's actually from a West Ham fan as well. So, listen, there's going to be a lot of... Yeah, there's got to be a lot of fans out there from various clubs who are thinking, wow, we were worried about the Man Cities and the Chelseas coming in for players. Now we've got Newcastle United. Will Fun88 remain as a sponsor? I highly doubt it.
No,
highly doubt it.
Anyway.
At the end of the season, no gambling companies can be on shirts anyway, so no, they won't.
What on earth is this? Newcastle Voice is weak. It takes 1 year and a half to complete the takeover.
No, that's a day and a half.
Yeah.
A day and a half.
Day and a half. Yeah. Yes. It's a day and a half. We'll see you guys tomorrow at 11 a.m. Oh, champion, if you see us, come and say hello.
We'll be there.
You can't miss that. Go to your Benz. That's a certainty.
That's it, man. You'll put me a mile off.
Exactly. Michael says, haha, I'm Pompey, and we must have been the only club to get a Saudi in with no money. Oh, yes, they have. Oh, bless them.
Never.
Oh, Jesus Christ. If Newcastle want to go the right way, they have to invest into a big training ground like other big clubs did. Even Leicester City last year spent 100 million on Newcastle. Listen, I've always said that I think Leicester City is a fantastic sort of guidepost for anybody taking over Newcastle to see what they can do with the club. What they've built down there is they've built it slowly and properly. Yes, they had the terrible accident with the chairman, but his son's taken it over and he's kept his dream alive. They've won FA Cups, Charity Shields, Premier Leagues.
The model.
Yeah, fantastic training facilities. So it's a model that I'm sure that our new owners have looked at and said, that's the way we want to go, doing everything the proper way. But only time will tell, of course. Paul Maitland, has Lee Charnley gone now too? We don't know yet. I would think he is gone, but they haven't exactly announced. Listen, I think Mike Ashley's whole staff have gone. It's completely new people coming in. They don't work for Newcastle United anymore because they worked for Mike Ashley at the end of the day, and it's a whole new company that is coming and taking us over. So there you go. Who has Mino Raiola's contact number?
I don't want anything to do with him.
No,
he's not a good agent. Well, he might be a super agent, but I don't want us to go down that route. You know, where the touting players, and you know, he's Pogba's agent, I think, and I hope we never get to that route where people are playing games with players and super agents, and I want to keep away from all that shit.
Yeah,
I don't like that.
Danielle, I've just crapped myself there. I genuinely thought there was a tarantula walking on your camera there, and I just realised it was the cat. I just saw its tail, and I thought, that looks like a bloody spider. Keith Downey choking up earlier nearly had me going an emotional day. Yeah, I saw that. That was really unbelievable.
That shows you that the bloke really loves his job, and you know, he wants to do good by the Toon, you know what I mean? So,
yeah,
good lad, good man.
Definitely. But what about financial fair play rules? We've been through it. We've been through it a million times tonight. Newcastle United cannot be affected by FFP because of the lack of money they've spent over the Mike Ashley period, which means it's going to take at least 3 years. We can spend massively in the next 3 years. So, you know, we're not even worried about that.
Isn't that the last laugh what we have, though? He spent nothing.
Justice.
He spent nothing, which enables us inadvertently when we get took over to be able to spend shitloads. We don't have to worry about the financial fair play. That's just so Newcastle United. Like we deserve that kind of look, you know. Yeah.
I'm not thanking him for it though. Bollocks of that.
No, no.
It's come back to bite him in the arse when he did it just to piss us off. Hammerwell says, "Why not buy the Mackhams and use it as a feeder club?" Oh dear.
Oh hell no.
Oh God. Right, a couple more before we finish. Let's have a look.
You know what we could do with Sunderland? We could buy them and just dissolve them. Wouldn't that be fun?
But we don't want to do that, Ben, because we want them to still be around when they see us lifting all the trophies and stuff.
They'd all join us. They'd all come up the Toon, and you know, they need a bigger club to support.
Yeah. Chris at Leicester Till I Die TV. Hope you're well, buddy. Good guy. Well done, guys. You deserve this. Long overdue. Thanks, mate. Mike Ashley exclusive. It's not all about money. I could have taken a higher offer, but this was best for Newcastle.
What a load of absolute tosh.
Oh, whatever.
And he goes on to say, I would like it to be known that I received a higher offer for the club than the one that I accepted.
Okay.
Yeah, as if.
She's wearing the black and white bra. Do you know what? Somebody sent me a picture of just a black and white bra today. And I've tried to find it while we've been on air to upload it on here, but it's disappeared. Just said, oh, you know, she didn't wave her bra around, you know, but never mind. As a 73-year-old Geordie with a locked ear, can you tell me again it's happened? What a day. It has, matey. It has, mate. Man City fans will be calling us plastics. Oh, let them. Listen, if there's any plastics. The majority of City fans. I think there was stuff in Cat Case Masters and others didn't want revealed.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
What do you think it was?
Hoffman, Keys, being basically.
Yeah, everything what's been discussed, I believe, you know, like a lot of it was conspiracy theory stuff, but it's probably true. The Hoffman Masters stuff is that. I think you're right there, Billy. That's what they were wanting to hide, isn't it? That's the main one.
They were going to be spending time in prison if that had gone through. I'm sure 100%. They would have.
Yeah, they probably never thought it was going to get to where it did with Kat actually going ahead. You know, from Keith writing that letter. Yeah, whatever. Like, oh yeah, you want to take us to court? Well, we actually did take them to court, and like I say, I heard it. The Kat was going to be given the green light, and obviously arbitration was going to go ahead, and they probably thought, we can't risk this. We cannot risk this coming out in the public. We have to do something fast before January. Bear in mind it's October now, and I feel like they've just caved and said, "Fuck it, just pass it. Let's get this." It's getting too much heat. The heat it got after that Cat case last week. Major outlets were saying things like, Premier League equal corruption, and it was that type of vibe. And the QC what were first planted the seed, and the papers just ran with it, and it just looked terrible on the Premier League. And lo and behold, 1 week later, The Takeover's not just back on; it's actually past. Like that's
amazing.
Crazy. That's
so
crazy.
This comment here, you know, from an actual decent football supporter, Cameron. As a City fan of 22 years, I hope you guys I hope you guys are best in the future and enjoy the same success in the future as we have seen. Thank you, mate.
Thanks,
very, very
Cameron.
kind.
Thanks, Cameron.
We've got our club back. We've got our club back. I have a feeling there's going to be some very sore heads around the Northeast tonight, without a shadow of a doubt.
I've still got one yesterday now.
Yeah,
I know mine will be immense in the morning.
I am clamming for a tan. I'm gutted on at work.
There's going to be a lot of sick days tomorrow. Ben will have a pint tomorrow. That's it for the celebration show, guys. As usual, thank you to everybody that's took part in the show. It's been fantastic. Thank you very much to everybody that's donated super chats, etc. Very, very kind of you. It's a happy time now for Newcastle United. It's a new start. I will be doing a fan forum over the weekend at some point just to get everybody on and have a good banter on there. So we'll have a laugh on there as well. And no doubt there's some very jealous people will be coming on there as well in the comments. As this one says there, Plastic Club. I'm not sure whether the main Man City responded to that Man City comment. I don't know. But thank you very much, guys. Thank you to you three guys again for coming on. Danielle, I hope your head's not too sore in the morning.
Oh, it'll be bad.
Ben, drop me a message, mate, and we'll get that arranged, and I'll meet you at the station, mate.
Okay, mate.
You're defo up for that, yeah?
Yeah, I'll be there. I'm going to go straight home from you in the morning, quick change, and then I'll be through.
Just drop us a message, mate, and I'll meet you at the station, bud.
Okay.
Our Eat NUFC is another £5 super chat just before we go. Is there a link for this? You're on it, mate. I'm not sure what you mean by that. But thank you again to everybody. As I say, I'll be back at the weekend with a proper fan forum, getting everybody's views. Come on and have a bit of a laugh and a celebration. But cheers to Danielle, to Billy, and to Ben for tonight. And we'll catch you sometime over the weekend. Thank you very much for watching.
Love you too, Nolly.
Enjoy, guys. See you later. Take care, guys.
Bye.